Nitrado bans Spanish creators. Curseforge remove its studio program. And is the Oasisaur really pay to win? Could it get any worse? Yeah, it really can. You're right, kids, it's Raasclark, and welcome back to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So, on the very same day, we got that negative news surrounding the centre and its inevitable delay. It appears that something else quite major happened within the ARK gaming community. Reached out to me by Spanish creator Valky Miao, and speaking to other Spanish creators within the community, such as the very prevalently known news reporter Wolf. Well, turns out they've all been disbanded, removed from the Nitrado partner program in some pretty flooring immediate turnaround. Everybody got this email here explaining that after careful consideration, they're ceasing all marketing activities with the Spanish-speaking market, and as a result will be discontinuing their Spanish partner management scheme as of March the 1st. To sum up, this is a pretty big deal and possibly a concern for all partners with Nitrado, English speaking or otherwise, and now really begs the question, was this partnership agreement with Nitrado the right move, and does this spell further concerns looking ahead? You know, Nitrado or Marbis, who seemingly had to bail out publisher Snail Games with a giant monetary amount, 4 million loaned to Snail Games on a 3-year exclusivity agreement for Nitrado only to host ARK Survival Ascended servers. And, well, you know about all that drama we had last year. Neddy was certainly somebody who's very vocal about that, and I've been on the fence, or tried to be, since then, in the hope that perhaps a under one umbrella could offer some opportunities, you know, Curseforge, modding and all that jazz. But this right here is a really concerning sign to isolate your entire Spanish-speaking audience. An audience, perhaps I can add, has one of the most influential voices in the ARK community, with their creator collectives known as Arcadia that certainly inspired the monarchy, have all been told, yeah, you're not worth Nitrado's time, we can spend it elsewhere, I'll see you later, and certainly going to drive a wealth of frustration between that community in what really is a time that we don't need any more disappointments. Why this has happened, who knows? I'm hearing rumours that perhaps Nitrado didn't make as much money as they expected to with this 3-year agreements they had with Snail Games, and are now clawing back any expenditures they can. But 3 years exclusivity is still 3 years exclusivity. Is there any way to bail out of that arrangement? I think it really does need addressing, and considering to have that competition back in the game, I think having many different partners able to acquire different creators creates that competition, creates popularity, creates that drive for more people to want to showcase ARK. Unsurprisingly, Neddy the Noodle did a full video on this just recently, and yeah, it's not great. It's certainly a concern for the future. If this is step one, what might happen to other creators within the partner program with Nitrado? And this is now obviously one reason as to why perhaps a dedicated partner really wasn't the way to go. Curseforge, who are leading the charge for ARK mods, you know, doing those creator programs, those modding contest programs, allowing modders from all areas to get involved, make their mods for ARK Survival Ascended and win some serious cash money. Well, they had a contest running that was split for solo, single, indie creators and giant gaming studios, it appeared, getting on board some seriously big giants. Well, reading between the lines, maybe, possibly, it seems like all of these development studios aren't making mods anymore. In a recent Twitter post by Curseforge, they were happy to share that they are shifting towards a bigger investment in DLC level user generated content. Following the feedback from studios and the author community, they're cancelling the studio track in the Arkathon to make way for a better approach. In more honest words, it sounds like big gaming studios are now not making any mods for ARK Survival Ascended. We were informed companies like Blue Isle Studios, who made Slender the Arrival, were working on mods for ARK Survival Ascended, and many more, but this certain shift in direction does leave me with some concerns that that may not be the case anymore, and they're now going to focus on solo creators instead. Wrapped up in a way that still, it's a great thing for modders out there. More cash prizes, it seems, to modders. What's interesting on the website at the moment, 8 winners will still share 50 grand, and the studio track is still there. Maybe they haven't updated their website yet following this announcement here. And hopefully this $350,000 cash pot will be distributed to solo creators instead, driving it to be a huge, greater incentive for these indie creators out there. And there are certainly a lot upcoming, a few people I might know, and I look forward to seeing what comes of that. But it raises another concern for ARK Ascended's future, seeing that they may have potentially lost all of these awesome development teams that could have been making premium DLC level mods for this game. Back to this again, man. And finally, after obviously the raw reaction video we did over the weekend of the center delay, I didn't talk about the Oasisaur, this creature that was given a full breakdown via a dossier to inform us on what abilities to expect with this creature that was dropping with, or is dropping with, the adventure pack, the paid adventure pack we're going to be given with Scorched Earth when it arrives. And the abilities... Not only does it seem like it can instantly grow any crop plot, the Roman Oasis carries soil on its back, so fertile that anything planted in it will flourish. So, you know, full greenhouse effect on that. Not only will it have restorative features that will cure bathers of nearly any illness or infection, meaning you catch a disease, I guess, then you're cured, but it can reincarnate your lost animal friends, which is so bad. I.e., any creatures of yours that die are seemingly now brought back to life with this thing. Initial reaction is that this ability to revive dead creatures is such a bad move. ARK is surrounded by this thing called survival. You know, that name that's in the title, where if you lose a creature, that's the beauty of the game, is, am I going to go out adventuring? Am I going to lose this creature as I go out, which normally does happen? Getting arked, a great term we've been using for years, done away by this thing. It certainly removes a giant element that ARK has been known for. Survival, that word's gone. With this, doesn't matter anymore. If I lose my creature, I could just use this thing to revive it. Fine. No problem. The others aren't so bad. The greenhouse effect and curing illnesses. You don't really get illnesses that often, though. If you're playing PvP, you certainly maybe are. And speaking of which, PvP. There's a lot of big voices right now within the PvP community saying this thing is pay to win. And it would be, right? And it will be if it drops to official. And that's the big question right now. Will it? Obviously, if it does, I believe that could spark the end of official PvP as we know it. To drive a divide with this thing that can revive dead tames, killing, like just killing the competition, the desire to want to PvP. What's the point? What's the point in me killing your tame when you can just use this thing to revive it and we're in a never-ending cycle? It can't come to official PvP. I would perhaps expect it in some official modded cluster. Whether that's linked to the giant official cluster remains to be seen, and how this is going to be brought into it. Currently, we have skin mods that people are allowed to wear within official. A great opportunity right there, to be honest. I haven't played with it too much as of yet, but certainly a great new offering for people to drop these skins on and have a bit of fun with that. Why not? It's great. But this thing, the railroad tracks, the trains, the cosmetics, everything else that's been offered with this adventure pack, fine. But this thing, it can't. Up until now, I have been refusing, denying we will see this thing on official PvP. It'll be in some unofficial capacity, single player, of course. But yeah, I guess like seeing that Svartalfheim and the ARK editions have their own modded clusters. Maybe, right, maybe we might see this thing on a cluster like that. But if it's on main ARK official PvP, it's the death of it. It is. It is. If we see this thing on there, it's now pay to win ARK. And I guess in a sense it's always been right, you know, with creatures that you can get from other maps. But then it offers the question, how is this going to get delivered? If it's on the map, how can other people who don't own this mod see it? Currently there's a skins program that allows a user integrated system where you can put your skins on your character and doesn't affect the server. But you can't do this with a creature. It has to be within the code somehow. So it can't just be implemented the same way. Therefore, it has to be loaded in. Therefore, anybody that loads into that server must be able to load this Oasisaur themselves. Therefore, would have in some ways access to it through single player because they've downloaded that creature. I don't think it's going to happen. I really, really don't. And I really, really hope it doesn't as well. But we'll have to wait and see how that all plays out. If it doesn't come to official PvP, I'm very interested. Is that now pay to win? Are you happy with this adventure pack? Comment below. Let me know. I am really, really curious about this one. And in certainly one of ARK's lowest moments right now, it really does feel like it, even with the Gigantoraptor dropping tomorrow, and I'll definitely be checking that out either way. I'm curious to seeing the response to this when it drops. I think if this is being given the love it wants to be given by the dev team, such as new caves, new secrets to explore, new story elements, new creatures just in the base Scorched Earth games, such as the Oasisaur, there might be plenty of new content coming with this map to make it at least a refreshing map to play on, because that's my concern, right? The island was certainly, whilst it was great to see in this new Unreal 5 format, we need new content, new things to check out on a map. That might be enough to switch this up as something worth exploring for us older players. You newer ARK players out there, you're going to have certainly a great time with this, no doubt. But content is key. And will it be pay to win content? Let's hope not. Comment below, let me know your thoughts, and until the next one, my name is Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.